Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we are going to be looking at idioms once again. We'll be learning today some idioms which are related to life in general, talking about life. Um, yeah, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. There you go. There's a quote. Um, okay, lots of expressions today, especially some colloquial phrases uh, and some common collocations. As usual, we'll be looking at some different types of exercises. We're going to do brief reading, a little fill in the blank, and we'll be discussing these different ways of using the actual word life and talking about life. Yeah, that's the program. We'll be talking in depth about how we use these idioms and how and where and when we use these expressions and idioms. And hopefully you'll pick up one or two useful ones. Okay, so let me welcome students to the class. Hello, Senia. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm okay. Much better. And also Hogan has joined us. Hi, Hogan.
Hi, how are you? It's been a long time since I saw you.
Yeah, guys.
Somehow actually I booked a couple of your classes, 11 o'clock p.m. here in United States. But somehow it's canceled or something. I couldn't
Well,
see it.
here's what happened, Hogan. I want to issue, give you my apologies to you and Senia and anybody else who booked classes this week. I realize I was MIA. Do you know what that means, Hogan?
Missing in action?
I was MIA, missing in action. I had a car accident, or I wasn't driving, but I was in a car accident Sunday
really?
night. So I was in the hospital for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and then even when I came home, I was bedridden. I'm sitting now. This was impossible yesterday.
Whoa.
I tried to do a private class yesterday sitting here, and I got so dizzy I started to pass out. I had to stop the class after 10 minutes.
So maybe you can probably officially cancel a couple of classes until you recover.
I could, but not from the hospital. No, I couldn't.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I
Not
understand.
I'm in a bed with a little drip feed and something's going, dude. No, I can't.
Are you
Sorry.
okay now? It's better?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't sound like okay.
I really hurt my ribs, which was the problem. So it's hard
Yeah.
for me to breathe,
My God.
which was the big issue. Cracked a rib, really badly bruised some other ribs, and I twisted my ankle really badly, so I can't walk. So, also an issue. Anyway, I'm at least healthy enough to do classes again. So, anyway, nice to see you, and again, my apologies for
No problem. Yeah,
being
just
missing for a few days. Yeah, I really need the money. I really couldn't afford to miss this week of classes, to be honest, but there you go. It happens. Life happens. Life happens when you're busy making other plans. Yeah, thank you, Senia. Thank you very much for your sentiments. Thank you. Yeah. Mustafa has joined us.
Hello.
Really? Hello?
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Great. Well, welcome to the class.
You're welcome too.
Okay. Well, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Plenty of room in the class if others would like to join us. I am now going to share some material, and we're going to do a little light reading to begin with. We're going to take turns reading this paragraph, the story of my life, and we're going to discuss the expressions with the word life as we go along. Senia, can you start us off here? Read the first sentence. Whoops.
When I was young, my parents gave me an excellent start in life, and I always played a full part in the life of my school.
Okay. All right. Start in life. Okay. Usually with good start in life or bad start in life. What is that talking about?
It's something like first steps in your life.
Yeah. So it says his parents, his or her parents, gave him an excellent start. So, okay.
Maybe
What?
give good he oh my god, how to say paid for good school for him,
Yeah.
maybe buy some courses with teacher or tutor, something like that.
Like that.
Investment in him.
Invested in him, in his health. You know, good, healthy person can be stronger and smarter. Yeah, education's probably the main thing here. That's it. All right. And what does it mean when he says he played a full part in the life of my school?
So he was very active. He study maybe good. He take a part in some championship or how to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe some schools team he played for.
Mm-hmm. Right. Took part in school activities. Yep. That's it. In the classroom, outside of the classroom, what we call extracurricular. Yeah, that's it. You got it. All right. Let me quickly welcome Hector to the class. Hi, Hector.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Great. Well, welcome to the class. We'll come around to you in a little bit.
Okay.
Hogan, can you take over from later?
Sure. Later, I enjoyed student life.
Okay.
One sentence.
What? Very short sentence. What's the difference between student life and the life of my school?
Life. I think it's pretty much the same, but life of my school is all activities in school, but the student life is mostly on studying, I guess.
um, yeah. Life of my school, probably you're right. It has more to do with activities. Student life, maybe actually not really studies. For some reason, English speakers don't really concern themselves. Well, they do. I was very diligent in my studies, but that's how I would say it. Student life, probably you're talking more about social aspects. All right.
Okay.
Hanging out with your friends and whatever. More like that. But basically these two phrases are very similar. And we don't normally say life of my school. At least I don't as an American. I'd say school life. I was very active in school life. Student life, if you're active in school life, then no doubt you enjoyed student life because that means that you were social. So they're pretty much the same. You're right. Mustafa, can you continue?
Yeah. I have been.
Yep.
I have been interested in politics for all of my adult life. My adult
Continue.
life. Yes, and I've always been active in public life. Family life
Okay.
is
Okay. Wait. There's a period there. Now
yes.
you can stop. All right. Okay. He's always been active in public life. What does that mean?
Public public life, social life, social life,
No. No. There you
common life.
we could use social life, very common collocation. Uh, what's that, Mustafa? Sorry.
What? Yeah.
So what is public life? It has to do with like he's been interested in politics is one aspect. Um, do you know? Okay, another very common collocation. Mustafa, do you know what a public figure is?
Public
Right.
figure, take part in the society.
That's it. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, you nailed it. If you're active in public life, you take part in society. You go to, you know, your town's political meetings. Maybe you belong to a club. Maybe you're active with the church or the mosque in your community. You do things with them. Maybe you take part in a society to
Yeah.
preserve the history of your town, etc., etc., like that. That's it. Your name gets put in the newspaper every once in a while, maybe. So that's it. Okay, Hector, can you take over?
Okay. Um, Family life is very important to me. And when my son was fighting for his life after his accident, continue.
Yeah, that's a comma.
Okay, I gave up all political activity for a while.
All right. Okay, family life. Well, that's fairly obvious, isn't it? I think. Yeah, Hector, how's your
Yes,
family
yes.
life?
Yeah, family life is the time that you spend with your family.
Yeah, okay. Very
Okay.
straightforward, very obvious.
Yes.
All right, when my son was fighting for his life, what do you think?
He was doing his best to survive after the accident.
Yeah, that's it. Doing his best to survive. Right. If somebody's fighting for their life, that expression means that it is possible, very possible, it is considered very possible the person could die at any time. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. He's fighting for his life, but the doctor said he's getting better. Okay, fighting for his life, we don't know if the person will live
For a
or die.
while, means for a short time.
Yes, it does. Well, actually, this is a very, honestly, Mustafa, this is a very vague term. For a while, depends on your context when you're using it. You know,
Yeah.
if I say Tyrannosaurus Rex was the king of all dinosaurs for a while, all right, I'm talking about 100 million years, which for me and you, Mustafa, is quite a long while, right?
Yeah.
Right. But if I say I waited at the library for you for a while, maybe 20 minutes. So, you know, 20 minutes, 100 million years, it's all relative.
All of this is a while.
Yeah. So,
A while.
when he says he gave up political activity for a while, his son was fighting for his life, I would suspect it would take him, his son,
Stop.
yeah, I would suspect, you know, at least a month, maybe 3 years. I don't know. It's vague. Okay? That's the important thing. It's quite vague. I don't know. 3 months, 3 years, either one possible. Okay. Ken. Hello, Ken.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank
Okay.
you.
Good. Can you take over here?
Okay, later, When the scandal hit me, I fought unsuccessfully for my political life, so I had to give up for good. If only my private life had stayed private.
Okay. Ken, first of all, we have to know what a scandal is. Ken,
Scandal.
as an example, what scandal have you been in?
Me? No, I don't want to talk. Yeah, my scandal.
That's a joke. That's just a joke, Ken. I'm just kidding. I'm only joking. All right. All right. But as an example, what might be an example of a scandal?
A kind of celeb scandals, current case. I don't know because I don't care so much about scandals. But what happened?
Yeah. Well, there are different kinds of scandals. Sex
Yeah.
scandals. All right. You were caught.
Political scandal.
You were caught in bed with a chicken doing unnatural things. I don't know. Political scandals. You took money as a bribe. Okay. There are different kinds of scandals. So he doesn't want to discuss it here either. All right. His political life. Okay. Well, that's fairly obvious, I think. Um, all right. If he gave up his political life, he dropped out of politics.
Yes, maybe stop being senator or something.
Something like that. Yes, very good. All right. And last co-location or expression with life, private life. All right. Private life.
My individual life or my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Your life that not everybody knows about.
Yes.
Your family and close friends, but pretty much these are considered opposites: public life, private life. Public company, one that's publicly traded on the stock market; private company, one that's individually owned. When you see these two words, private, public, they're generally kind of opposites in English. Yeah, and they show up in a few different co-locations. Companies, another one. Okay, let's get to some more co-locations. Some of which are idiomatic and some of which are just really words that go together. Co-locations, words that go together. All right, let's give it a try here. You fill in the blank with these co-locations. Senior, number one.
Some men lead a double life. Even though people think they are happily married, they have another relationship or even two families.
Now there's a scandal.
Yes.
Definitely. Does this happen in your country very often? I mean,
A lot, I think, yes.
really? Oh my God.
And it's some kind of open. It's not secret.
Really?
Yes, everyone knows about it.
Is that right? Oh my, how scandalous. Okay. A double life. Well, in this sentence, it's a pretty good example. When people have two lives that are completely different, it's usually talking about two relationships or two families. But it could be something. You could use it in a less scandalous way, I should say. Not more, but less scandalous way. I don't know if you wear a tie and you're a lawyer during the week in a very upstanding. Oh, a superhero. Oh, great example. All right, great. There you go. Excellent. Clark Kent and Superman. All right, double life. There you go. Good example. Even better than what I was thinking. Hogan, number two.
Number two, my father spent his whole working life in the coal industry.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Hogan, how long is your working life? From when to when? From how old to how old?
Uh, after graduation, probably 24th, I guess,
What?
to right now. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
24.
Yeah, the age of 24 to until now, it's about 30 years, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Um, well, it all depends. I started working full time, even though I went to school. I had a full-time job in school starting in high school when I was 15. My working life started when I was 15. I'm going to have a very long working life. Yeah. So, all right, Hogan, you went to university. Okay, you didn't really get your first full-time job until you're 24, which is very normal. Um, Depends on what country you live and when you retire. Hogan, when do you plan on retiring?
Um, until I cannot work anymore. So maybe
Okay.
60, 65, 70, I don't know.
All right. Well, I think 24 to 65, 60, you're talking 40 years. 40, 41 years. Yeah. Okay. So your working life is flexible. Some countries, the retirement age is a lot different than others. I've heard like 55, I've heard 72. That's a big difference, but it can be very different in different countries. And when people start working is also very different. So it can be different depending on your society. Mustafa, number 3.
After 3 weeks in Africa is going to seem pretty dull. Public life after three
No,
weeks, uh,
no.
everyday life,
There you go. Yeah. So what's the meaning?
uh,
Everyday life.
everyday life, daily.
Yeah, just everything normal that happens to you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right. Most of us don't have really an everyday life we could write a book about. How about you, Mustafa? Could you write a book about your life? Your everyday life?
No, I didn't write book.
Yeah, okay. I know you didn't, but you probably couldn't. Um, Everyday life has a kind of meaning of boring. All right. If you're whatever, some kind of crazy adventurer, if you're Elon Musk or something, you probably have a pretty exciting. Even Elon Musk has an everyday life. It's just a heck of a lot different than yours and mine. I have a feeling. Um, Everyday life is related to the person usually, but we can talk about it generally as a general thing, how normal people live in a normal way. Or we can say, Elon Musk's everyday life is extremely exciting compared to my boring everyday life. Hector, number 4.
Okay. Okay. Number 4 is this is a policy with a very short shelf life. By next month, nobody will be interested anymore.
Okay. Hector, what is the shelf life of plutonium 321? Kidding. What does that mean, shelf life?
I
What
don't.
is? Okay, let me
I'm
give you a
not
number.
pretty sure about the meaning of this
All right.
phrase.
What is the shelf life of a liter of milk?
Okay, it will be like a week or maybe 2 weeks.
Yes. There you go. Yeah. See, you do know. Okay. Okay. How long it will last and still be useful or good?
Okay, so
Um,
in this one they're talking about a policy with a very short. Okay, so it's going to be due
what?
for the
Well,
following days.
yeah. This is a confusing example, to be honest. Yeah, this is a terrible example. they're trying to stress the idea no one will buy it anymore. So this is something they're only going to offer for the next month, and then they're not going to sell it to anybody anymore. No one will
Okay.
want it. Maybe no one
Okay.
will want it because the government has a big change in government policy, and it'll be useless in a month.
Okay. Got it.
So the idea is useful. Is it still
Yes.
useful? Now there is another meaning. I jokingly said, "What is the shelf life for plutonium?"
Uh,
Like radioactive material.
okay.
Okay, that's not a shelf life. That's called a half-life. I'm sorry. When half of the radiation goes away, how long it takes. So that's a different thing. I don't want to confuse you with that. A half-life, okay, and obviously another co-location with life, is how many years will the radiation be reduced by 50%? You know, so something like uranium or plutonium, it's thousands or tens of thousands of years.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay, Ken, number 5.
Okay. People in public life have to be very careful how they behave.
Okay. All right. People in public life, for example, who?
Politicians,
Yeah,
celebrities. The
celebrities.
celebrities sometimes use their scandals for the promotion, actually.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, for promotion, for public relations,
Yeah.
they shamelessly reveal their scandals in their public life. Yeah, true. Okay, let's get to some more idiomatic expressions here that talk about life. Here we go. A little fill in the blank exercise. And all right. Back to you, senior number 1.
I think I was about 10 when my parents told me all walks of life. A bit too late, really. They had been shocked to realize how much I already knew. Maybe the
No.
meaning of life.
Yeah. What is this speaker insinuating here?
That he
No,
was
not.
all
I'm sorry, not the meaning of life. That's very deep and
facts.
philosophical. There we go. Yes, facts of life. Yes, right. What is being insinuated?
Because he was already grown up personality and the
Yeah,
parents didn't know it.
yeah. What is the topic? The facts of life. What is this
Mm,
an idiom for? Really a substitute expression?
I'm sorry, facts of life? What do you
Yeah,
want me to
yeah.
do?
Okay, I was trying to get to what is the facts of life really mean?
What is bad, what is wrong? Say
No,
hello, say bye.
no,
No?
no, not at all. In English, this expression refers to one thing, and that thing has 3 letters. It starts with an S, it ends with an
Ah,
X,
mhm.
rhymes with hex. Yes, that's right. It's sex. The facts of life mean sex. In other
Mhm.
words, I was 10 when my parents told me about sex. And that is the physical aspects of what is what and where it goes. Okay, the facts of life. I learned the facts of life when I was 12 years old, like that. My parents never told me the facts of life. I learned everything. I learned the facts of life from my friends. All right. We use this basically as another way to say sex or knowing about sex, sexual knowledge. All right. Hogan, number 2.
Number 2, the heavy rains destroyed many homes and resulted in tragic loss of life on a scale not seen for many years. that right?
Okay. Yeah, it's totally right. That is correct. This is very common in, news reporting, uh, TV, newspaper, what magazine, whatever. Very common to see this phrase, especially co-located with tragic, actually. The loss of life in Syria has been devastating. Okay, this would be, again, I think it's obvious what it means. Obviously, loss of life, Hogan, means what?
Tragic is something very bad,
Yes,
extremely bad.
right. And loss of life would, of course,
Die,
mean
casualty or
death,
something.
casualties. Yes, deaths.
So,
Uh, yeah, that's it. Uh, of course, we're talking about human life, not plant life or animal life here. When we use this phrase, loss of life, we're referring to people. Okay, Mustafa, number 3.
Cocaine is now an extremely common drug, although it is both dangerous and illegal. People from space use it as a form of decoration.
People from space.
No, no, yeah, that's true.
People from space, like outer space, the moon. Just kidding.
It will be a spark of life.
No, people from the spark of life. No, that's not going to
People,
work.
all walk of life.
Very good, Mustafa. Very good indeed. What does that mean? All walks of life. For example.
All, I can get the meaning, but walk of life in the street, anywhere. All walk of life
Okay.
anywhere.
Okay, you're getting it. Yeah, that's it. Um, that's it. Politicians, doctors, poor people living in the streets,
Yeah.
rich people living in the poor, the rich.
Any people,
That's it.
anywhere, any. Yes, got
Right. That's it.
you can get this.
hmm That's it exactly. That's it. We use this to emphasize that it's maybe a little surprising, that it's not just used by a bunch of crazy drug addicts who live in the alley, or a bunch of criminals. It's not just criminals. We're actually using this phrase to show that it's surprising. Oh my God, everyone, I think George Bush Jr. admitted to using cocaine. Oh my God, shocking.
Cocaine.
Yeah, I believe he did, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what happened to his brain, Mustafa.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't use drugs, Mustafa. You
Yeah,
may turn into George.
we can just drink marijuana.
Drink marijuana? I don't know how you do that.
Smoke it.
Yeah, well, okay. I must remain completely neutral on that concept. Okay. All right. Anyway, all right, good. All walks of life. You got it. All right, Hector, number 4, please.
Okay. Number 4. You can improve
Whoops.
people's quality of life if you improve their level of education.
You think that's true?
Mm,
Is that true?
you, you can improve the quality of life. People improve their level of education because they're going to have a better life.
A better life. Well, there's another very strong collocation. Thank you for that. They want to have a better life. They want to have a better quality of life. Okay. Quality of life. Okay. Better access to health care.
Yes.
Have more money, take vacations.
Yes, and also many benefits because if people is prepared in many companies, they give you several benefits for you, like insurance for you, your family, and a lot of good benefits.
Okay, well, I have a question for you. Now, all right, what is the quality of life compared to the cost of life? The cost of life is a terminology often used in academia, in media. Do you know what the cost of life is?
Yes, yes. The cost of life is how much or how expensive is life in the country where you live.
Yeah, to pay for,
Yes,
often used as a target number that you need to pay for your basic necessities: food,
yes,
clothing, shelter, healthcare. Yeah,
right.
right. So quality of life has to do with the minimum quality of life we want is to cover the cost of living.
Uh-huh.
But we would all like to have a better quality of life than just that.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh, One thing you all should ask for, minimum, at least, is when you get a job, ask for a cost of living, a regular annual in your contract cost of living increase. So whatever, if inflation happens and things cost 10% more, you automatically get 10% more. Put that in your
Okay.
contracts. All right, that's my advice to
Yes.
you all. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. That way you know you can't go down. You know, doesn't matter if you get a 5% increase if bread and potatoes cost 10% more. You're actually losing money. Right. Got to keep up with that cost of living and hopefully improve your quality of life. Okay. Ken, number 5.
My sister nearly drowned once. She'd actually stopped breathing and a paramedic had to give her spark of life.
Hmm.
No.
No, not exact. No. Well, it's very close.
Okay, give her the kiss of life.
Yeah, there you go. What else? What did he do to her?
Maybe some urgent things. I forgot the word for that. Push the chest and or such kind of thing, stimulation.
Mm-hmm. Uh, or he gave her mouth-to-mouth
Yes.
resuscitation.
Mhm.
Yeah, resuscitation is that word you're thinking
Okay.
of. And we commonly leave off resuscitation in just normal speech. He had to give her mouth-to-mouth. And okay, the kiss of life. Same thing.
That's why it kiss. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, that's why kiss. Yeah, mouth to mouth. That's it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's an old expression, by the way. I haven't heard that in ages, quite honestly. Okay. Senior, number 6.
I sometimes just gaze out of the window and wonder about way of life.
No.
No. Oh my God. The meaning of life.
Yeah. Senior, do you ever gaze wistfully out the window and consider the meaning of life?
Never.
What does it all mean? Why am
Why
I
me?
here? Why am I here? Why me? Yeah, better question. Why is all this happening to me? Yes, that's another way of putting it. Yeah, okay. Why? The big why. The why with a capital W. Yeah. Why does it all happen? Why are we here? Why was I born? Why is my uncle so weird? All right. Everything. Basically, the entire discipline of philosophy is concerned with discussing, considering, and thinking about the meaning of life. Hogan, number 7.
Okay, number 7. I wish Joe had more personality. I wish Joe had more personality. There's no spark of life in him at all.
Ah, okay, yeah. There's no. What does that mean?
Is it something shiny, something good, and something that people like?
Yeah. Well, Joe's kind of like The Walking Dead. Well, there you go. Zombies are completely missing any spark of life. They show no expression. They're not expressive. They don't. They're boring. They have no sense of humor. Okay, now this expression is used a few different ways, and I need to discuss that. When Ken picked this about the dying sister who needed mouth to mouth, yes, we use this to talk about somebody who's very near death. Oh, he only has a spark of life. He's barely showing a pulse. He has just a spark of life. He has just a spark of life left in him. So sometimes we can use this. It made me pause when he said it because it can be used that way. I've definitely heard it used that way. It can be used the way we have in our example, usually in a negative fashion. No spark of life. He has no ambition. He has no emotional expression. He's just very dull and complacent and boring. And generally when we use it that way, it's negative. We wouldn't say, oh, Judy has such a spark of life. We would say, Judy's so full of life. That would be much more normal. She's so full of life. She's the life of the party. Oh, what does that mean, Hogan? She's the life of the party.
Life of the party? She's a
Yeah,
party girl.
party girl. Not. Yeah, that's something else. Yeah.
Is not?
A party girl may be the life of the party, but somebody can be the life of the party without being a party girl. Party girl likes to drink and dance, and maybe she's a little loose with her use of drugs and sex. Okay, the life of the party means the person is very fun to be around. They're funny and entertaining, and they really liven up the atmosphere. Okay.
Okay.
The opposite of somebody with no spark of life. Those are opposites. Okay, life of the party, he's got no spark of life. I would say those two are totally opposite. We also use this to talk not just about individual people, but about groups of people, say a company or business. Oh my God, morale is so low at our company. We need some kind of spark of life here. Maybe we should have a barbecue, a company barbecue. We've got to do something. There's no spark of life in this company. So it's also used to talk about like businesses or a group of people or even our marketing program is so dull and boring. We need some kind of spark of life to get things moving again. So it can also be used about not just people, but groups of people, or even about things that groups of people do together. Oh, okay. Mustafa, number 8.
I'd like to live abroad for a while to experience a completely different quality of life.
Well, yeah, well, that could be true. That fits in the sentence.
Yeah, okay.
Um, Yeah, especially if you come from a very poor country and you want to move,
Way
to
of
a more
life.
industrialized country, you probably are looking for a better quality of life. We usually say I'm looking for a better quality of life,
Better quality of life or way of life?
a way of
Way of
life.
life. Way of
Yeah,
life.
it's a way of life.
It's way
Uh,
of life.
okay, now a way of life can be, if you're a surfer, surfers consider their passion, what they like to do, they consider it a way of life. Um, how they like to live their life. They get up and they spend all day at the beach. They they don't care very much about having real button down, high level office jobs. That gets in the way of their having fun at the beach on their surfboards. Um, if you're a punk rocker and you want to have spiky hair and stay up all night listening to crazy bands, it's a way of life. Okay, it doesn't. It's a different alternative lifestyle. Well, there you go. There's another co-location, an alternative lifestyle. Alternative lifestyle, you live differently than most people. That could mean you're a punk rocker or a surfer. Could mean that you choose to live in the forest, eating nuts and berries with no electricity. That's a different way of life. Okay. All right. Some idiomatic expressions, and you'll notice a couple of these, two or three of these, have exclamation points. They're used basically as, um, I forgot the word. Things we say when we're excited or whatever. All right, let's see where these might fit. Okay, gonna have to hustle a little bit so we don't run out of time. Hector, number one.
Yes. Uh, you've just got back from Hawaii, haven't you? Did you have a good time? Yes. I had the time of my life.
Very good. Okay, idiomatic expression. If he had the time of his life, did he have a good time? Well, yes, obviously. He said yes. All right. Well, pretty straightforward. Yeah. Hector, have you ever had the time of your life?
Yes, yes, and several times. Talking about traveling, yes.
About traveling? Okay. This could be about traveling. This could be going to like the best rock concert you've ever been to. This could be about going to a birthday party where you had a
Yes.
really good time. You could use this. Yeah.
This
Um,
expression. I had the time of my life. Okay.
yeah. So anytime, doesn't not just about vacations, but anytime you had an exceptionally good time doing that thing.
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah.
I have a question. In the previous exercise,
Sure.
there was the number 6. It says I sometimes ways out. Is that the pronunciation?
Gaze out. It's
Gaze out.
it's gut like gun.
Gaze
Gaze.
out.
Yep.
Gaze out.
Yes. To gaze is to basically stare, to look at something over a distance. You
Okay.
gaze
Great. Yes.
at something's over a distance.
Okay. Okay.
So
I know what you mean. Thank you.
he's just kind of spacing out the window there.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Right.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Ken is back. Ken, number 2.
Okay, here we are. Golden sand, sea, cold beer, and no work for 2 weeks. Yes, variety is the spice. Is the spice of life.
Well, no, I don't think so.
Yes, get a life.
No, that would be funny.
Uh,
If you thought these were bad things, you'd say "get a life." Get a
oh,
life is an expression we use when we're telling someone what you're doing is useless. Do something more meaningful.
Yes, this is the life.
This is the life. This is awesome. This is great. All right. If you're doing something and you just feel super good doing it, you can use this expression to express your joy and happiness. This is the life. Usually, of course, it it involves relaxing and, well, all right. All right. Golden sand, sea, cold beer. Great. Hanging out at the beach. Sounds great. This is the life. All right. Senior, number 3.
I'm sorry to hear about you and Marina splitting up. Yes, it's really sad, but life must go on.
Yes, it must. Absolutely. Okay. All right.
And can I say that's life? Like,
Yes, you
that's
could.
life. Mhm.
But that's life. Yeah, either one of these would actually fit equally well, I would have to say, actually. That's life, c'est la vie. Okay. All right. Life must go on. Okay. Either one could be used. That's life, just to say, oh well. Oh well. What can you do? You must continue. Life must go on. Basically, they're used in the same, in the same kind of circumstances. Life must go on. Yeah. Okay. Hogan, number 4.
Number 4, typical. That one day we want to go to France and they cancel the ferry. These things happen. That's the life.
That's life. Oh, these things
That's life.
happen. Yeah,
Okay, that's life.
that fits better in number 4. Yeah, yeah, these things happen. When you say that's life, you're saying, well, life is unexpected. Who knows what's going to happen next? You can't worry about it. Yeah.
I'm just a little bit confused. The letter D says this is the life. The, this time is that's life, not that's the life. So is that different?
That is life. Yeah. Yeah, they're totally different. That's life, you say when usually something negative has happened. Oh, well, okay, well, these things happen. That's life. This is the life you're only going to say when it's something really good. When you're very comfortable and when you feel great and everything just is super. This is the life. Notice the difference in intonation too. This is the life. This is awesome. That's life. What are you going to do? Oh, by the way, that goes, for Americans at least, that goes with that's life. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's life. Okay, meaning
thank you.
There's nothing you can do about it. All right. Mustafa, number 5.
I collect car registration numbers. It's my main hobby. You know, really well. All I can say is get a life.
Get a life. What a useless and stupid and boring hobby. Really? You collect car registration numbers? You spend time doing that?
It's my hobby. You know, really well. All I can say is get a life.
Get a life.
Get a life.
Yeah, okay. This expression is always derogatory. It's negative. There's nothing positive about it. It's used to express to someone that you think they're wasting their time. You need to get a life. And okay, you need to get a life. You will hear it expressed that way, meaning you're wasting your time or your life is extremely boring. You need to do something your everyday life is boring. Sometimes it's also used if someone's just annoying us in some way. Whatever. They're bothering us or annoying us, and we're saying get a life, do something different. You keep kicking my chair, because that's amusing you for some reason. I might say, Mustafa, can you knock it off? Why don't you get a life? All right, so I'm just basically telling, it's also used to tell somebody to stop doing something. Get a life. Yeah, something that's annoying us probably. All right, Hector, number 6.
Okay. When are you going to settle down? You've got a different girlfriend every month, and I can't remember the last time you spent a weekend at home. I don't want to settle down. You know what they say.
No. What do they say?
Variety is the spice of life.
Okay. Okay. Common setup, by the way. You know what they say? Common thing to say before you say a very common idiom, expression, or a saying, an old saying. It's very common to say, you know what they say? Three's a crowd. You know what they say? That's life. You know what they say? A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Whatever expression or idiom you want to use, it's very common to say this. And I jokingly, I replied to you, no, what do they say? Which might be a reply. If just jokingly. Okay.
What's the meaning of settle down?
All right, I was just going to ask you that. Settle down. Hector, you need to settle down, get married, start a family, buy a house.
Okay.
Get a steady, real job that you're going to keep for years and years. All of those things. Mostly get married and have kids, but buy a house, regular job, goes right with that.
All right. Settle down. Okay.
Okay. So variety is a spice of life. This is an expression that you might use, well, in this case, to explain that he likes a variety of different lifestyles, but all right, well, different girls, and woohoo. All right, he spends a weekend at a different place every week. All right. All right, variety is
With a different lady.
A different lady. All right. Woohoo! This is the life.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I did not say that. All right. Yeah, all right. So you can also use variety is the spice of life if you're in a restaurant and you order a taco and some sushi and a slice of pizza. And your friend may say, what? You're going to make yourself sick. You might say, variety is the spice of life. Talking about very physical things as well.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. And remember, everyone, I leave you with this happy, happy note. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Smile. Very cliche, very boring, normal saying. Belongs on a cat poster. Okay, but all right. There, I will have to leave you as I am out of time. Thank you very much, everyone. You all have a great day. I'll be back in a couple minutes with another class. Take care, guys.
Okay,
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.
Next
Bye.
time.